According to video footage, which is said to be the second meeting between Besigye, his aide Joe Wakayima and Andrew Wilson, the meeting included discussions about the cost of establishing a training camp in Kisumu, Kenya. Wilson told court that he had given Besigye US $5,000 to secure the training facility and help facilitate the transportation of individuals who were allegedly intended to undergo training there.
I just gave Dr. Besigye $5,000 US.
For what purpose?
To book the training area, training location in Kisumu, and to assist with the transportation of the students from Uganda to Kisumu.
The video also reportedly contains discussions about taking drone ammunitions to Kisumu for training purposes before the alleged operatives would later travel to Uganda to carry out planned attacks.
We were on about bringing drones into Kisumu for training, and also those drones would be moving into Uganda with myself and select personnel to start the attacks.
Wilson further told court that the alleged plans involved monitoring President Museveni's movements between the State Lodge in Nakasero and State House in Entebbe. He claimed that two white individuals would pose as tourists while observing the president's movements and security arrangements.
He's just using his hands to explain that there's one road in and one road out from Kampala to Entebbe. One road that President Museveni travels from Kampala to the State House in Entebbe, and one road he uses to go back again, my lord. Because at that time we're discussing the plans to assassinate President Museveni.
Another location repeatedly mentioned during the discussions was Mahagi in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's alleged that Besigye said Mahagi had two airfields, including an unofficial one reportedly controlled locally by the Lendu chiefdom. Besigye referred the unofficial facility, allegedly saying he had previously used it in connection with a similar operation.
Firstly, in Mahagi, there are two airstrips. There is the official airstrip and an unofficial airstrip, which is under control of the local chief. And they can be both viewed on Google Earth. They're visible. Dr. Besigye also just said they had used, and I take it he means the unofficial airstrip, to bring in guns before.
The Kisumu plan, as presented through the testimony and video footage, allegedly involved 1 week of training, followed by approximately 2 weeks for the planned operation against the president. Wilson told court that he was expected to return to Uganda with a selected group of trained assassins, while Besigye and senior members of his proposed government would travel to Dubai to meet senior figures whom Wilson claimed were members of a clandestine group he was associated with.
I think what we discussed there, what you heard, was the training camp.
Yes, where?
In Kisumu would take 1 week, and the incident, the attack on President Museveni, would take place 2 weeks, approximately 2 weeks.
The Geneva meeting also reportedly involved discussions about obtaining a Zambian passport for Wakayima. Wilson said Wakayima was holding a Netherlands refugee document that restricted his international movement and that a Zambian passport was therefore considered useful for the alleged plans.
Joe Wakayima had a Netherlands refugee identity card that would allow him to travel,
yes,
but he was apprehensive. So Dr. Besigye was discussing getting Wakayima a Zambian passport.
Wilson further testified that Wakayima was later arrested in Geneva over immigration-related issues concerning his travel documents. The video and Wilson's testimony form part of the evidence being relied upon by the prosecution in the ongoing case. The allegations contained in the testimony remain subject to challenge and determination by the court as the proceedings continue. David Ijjo, NTV.